What's up guys, welcome back to another video on the Rebooted Racing channel, and in today's video we are checking out the Sim Racing Stewards subreddit. Let me just clear some of these things off the screen so we can fully watch all of this video. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications and leave a thumbs up on this video. And without further ado, let's hop into the first video here. Who is a fall here at Assetto Corsa? Red Mazda. So a bit of oversteer here, and there is a gap, you're already going for it, and the Mazda in front just completely comes in and closes the line. I'm going to say this Mazda up by here is at fault. Let's see what the rest of Reddit has to say about this one. Definitely the red Mazda. Which red Mazda? Mazda. I mean, he very clearly blocked you, but you could have easily left it and went around the right. He is at fault, but easily avoided if you left it and went around the right. The car in front would have moved again with the same result or worse, I would wager. So, that's the results for the first post. Let's see about this next one. So, is this the red Mazda's fault or not mine, right? Should I have stayed behind? So here, looks like we are at Monza. Obviously, here we have the Parabolica. I'm gonna have to mute that copyrighted audio. So there's the red Mazda. Obviously there is a gap here, we are going for it. And the red Mazda just completely shuts the door on you. You do hit the brakes a bit here, you see? Yeah, brakes are getting hit a bit. I am gonna have to say that it is the Mazda's fault on this one. Let's see what the rest of Reddit has to say about this one. The red is just flat out blocking multiple moves, all recreationary, to impede the following car. Regardless of the series, there are many moves in reaction that would be a penalty. Legit question, is blocking not allowed? I know real life F1 allows one move not under braking, that's it. Does it apply here as well? I'm not sure, but we also have a Redditor here that says, while F1 rules don't apply to other series, they are arguably the most well-known and tend to be followed elsewhere, including in online races. A single move is allowed as long as it's not at the very last moment reactionary move. And then the red car did was multiple moves, and they were also determined not to let OP pass them. While some might argue that OP should have backed out of it, I'm of the opinion that the red car decided to go down the good old route of fuck around and find out. Great not commentary, what's the word? Evaluation. Great evaluation there from a fellow Redditor. Let's see who is at fault for this one. I'm in the orange Mercedes in front. Did I leave the door open for this move, or did he just drive through me? I don't feel like there was a car space, and then he bumped me wide right before the big contact and proceeded to drive out to the edge of the track line like I wasn't there. So obviously two Mercedes AMGs here. OP's in the orange. COP's throttle inputs all down by here as well. Right, so you did, I will say here, you did leave the gap open a bit by here, so I understand why the car's going to go in, then you just do close the gap a bit too much. And then all this contact by here, this car by here, look how much space he has, that he could have just taken a completely different line. Hits you again, and throws you out of the race. On the final lap as well. Oh, that is loud. Yeah, so you see there was a gap open by that. Purple car took it. And he just constantly hits OP from there. And takes OP out of the race. Yes, there was a gap. I understand why the purple Mercedes went for it at first. But then he's just constantly hitting you, forcing you off the track, and it's going to have to be the purple Mercedes at fault for here. Does Reddit share the same opinion? Report him that move was never on. The first two bumps were fine, IMO. It's the third where you get completely shoved to the grass where it crosses the line. I will agree on that one. The first two moves, yeah, the first two contacts. Yeah, I understand. Obviously, you've just come out of the corner. You want it's the final lap of the race, as you can tell by the checkered flag there. You just want to get it over and done with. Now, let's see. This is from Snowy the Fur, 16 hours ago, Forza Motorsport. Hey, it's me again. Is this a corner cut? Let's have a look. Jesus Christ, my chair is loud. I'm going to say yes, there is a corner cut. Here we go, we get another POV. All four wheels off the track. If we were following F1 rules, that would have been a corner cut. I don't know how it applies to other racing series, seeing as I only ever play F1 and watch F1. As Diligent Mouse 279 has said here, depends on the series. In some the curbs count, some don't. But I would say it's a cut because all four wheels were off the line. I think it's hard to tell with these angles. It is pretty hard to tell with the angles OPS submitted, but with this one, if you pause it at the right moment, all four wheels are out of the line here, which would be a corner cut. Alright, let's head to the next video here. Am I blocking and moving under braking? Like the car behind seems to be very adamant about. I admit that I got my shoulders out a little and took defensive lines, but I don't feel as though I did any reactionary blocks. So let's watch this video and see if OP is right. So obviously here we can see which way he's turning, his throttle and brake input. Going down straight here, the car is following behind. You can also see a bit more precisely of where the car's steering wheel is turning. Nope, you're not moving under braking there. Flat out through here. And in my opinion, the other driver just doesn't like the fact that he couldn't get past a better driver. This guy wasn't even close to committing the overtake. Honestly, defensive lines were pretty conservative. You basically just held the center the whole time. I didn't see a single block in any of this. The car behind was just being a baby about it. I do have to agree on that one. Now we go to Assetto Corsa competition. Who is our fault here from Jens_Hensberg? This was 32 minutes ago, so fairly recently. Let's have a look. Obviously, we've got the Porsche GT3. Alright, so we have a corner cut here already. As you can tell, all four tyres off the track. There's a guy already off the track up front. Looks for the move inside here and just hits the McLaren in front. I think it's the McLaren, or it's the McLaren. And if we just look back here again, yeah, you just hit the McLaren or whatever car it is. Let's see if Reddit share my opinion. If it is the Porsche at fault, Porsche just tried to run through the McLaren as if it wasn't there. Yes, it did. And I would say that this guy is not, the McLaren is not at fault, and this guy is at fault. Now let's see who's at fault here. Again, we've got a McLaren. This is IndyCar, I think. So we're heading into this corner here. Alright, so we're following the racing line. And whack. Sending OP completely out of the race here. Let's see from his T-cam. Going into the corner and gets hit. I'm not really sure. We're going to have to see the other person's POV. Here we go. They were oversteering a lot through that corner. I'm not really too sure about this one. I reckon OP could have made sure that there was no contact by backing out and taking a better, somehow getting a better exit out of. Hang on, getting a better exit out of this corner here. So let's see. The other car makes a fairly sudden move. If AI, it makes sense, which is not great. But you're pretty much glued to the racing line, barely alongside, taking a trajectory that would likely make you collide with the other car, no matter what. So I'm gonna say this is a racing incident that could have been avoided a lot by just OP pulling out of the move and staying behind. Here we have a BMW. I'm in the BMW. What could I have done differently, or was it my fault? Alright, let's have a look. So far in this video, we've got some fairly clean racing in this clip here. Ferrari's ahead going into the corner, takes it very tight. If we look, he's already turning in. He could have gone a bit wider. He's taking it pretty tight, which forces the BMW off the track into a spin, hitting the Ferrari. And he just comes back onto the tracks if nothing ever happened. Yeah, so if we look here, Ferrari started turning in before OP could even start reacting to it. Hits it, sends OP into a spin, and gets tag team. There was nothing that car there could have done. Let's see the Ferrari's POV. Lovely pass by here. Keeping it clean and just takes the corner way too tightly. This could have been avoided by OP so far, just backing out of it, but I reckon the Ferrari is going to be mostly at fault. Let's see from this guy's POV, and bang, yeah, he's turning in. If we have a look at this, Ferrari's turning in way too early. Could have gone a bit wider, make sure both cars could have got through cleanly. Let's see what the rest of Reddit has to say about this one. So OP, once you were aware the Ferrari on the outside, you could have lifted with a touch of brake and tried to fall in behind him. But you would have most likely have been rear-ended by the cars following. In this section of the track, you need to close off any place any place for the following cars to attack. I would put this one from Mr. Steb here. I'll put this one down to a racing incident, perhaps slightly leaning towards the blame on the Ferrari. Gave the Ferrari space on the inside, and they came through. You tried to fight back, and they were significantly alongside on the way into the left-hander, entitling you on you at least some space. The Ferrari doesn't fully slam the door, but squeezes you perhaps a bit too much, and that's when the contact comes. Everything that happens beyond there is just unfortunate. The guy behind doesn't have a whole lot of time to react, and it looks like he brakes and still isn't enough. I'm going to have to agree with Mr. Steve on this one. The blame is slightly leaning towards the Ferrari. So let's go to the final post of the video. Turn the audio down just a bit. Who is at fault again in Assetto Corsa competition? So we're here at Spa-Francorchamps. Heading down after coming out of the source, obviously. Eau Rouge at the bottom, Radion at the top. One thing to always remember. Two cars at a better exit out of Radion, I'm going to say. Here comes a BMW, gets tag teamed from behind.
Faster car behind you.
I'm sorry. Obviously you can see here where the car is coming from. And the guy that got hit, he just sends it down the inside trying to take both OP and the guy he had contact with out. Let's see where the guy green card contact. So we see here, the BMW comes around the outside. Here's the guy that tried to take both of them out. Turns into the BMW, sends himself into the barrier, and he's like, you know what, if he takes me out, I'm going to take everyone else out. Sends it down the inside. It's definitely on the green car here. Let's see what the rest of Reddit has to say about this. Well, you can do more to get out of the way when being lapped. It's responsibility of the other cars to overtake safely. In iRacing, the blue flag does not mean you have to move out the way immediately. You're driving predictably, which more than can be said for the green, who raced down the camel straight side by side for several seconds, and then someone thought the car next to them could magically disappear. This is an iRacing. I don't know if ACC has any official rules about this though, so defaulting to iRacing rules as general standards isn't a bad idea. You are a lapped car, you should make opportunity to be overtaken safely and not fighting, and honestly, I don't see a mistake here. You could slightly lift off on the straight and be overtaken, but you could disappear, but you can't disappear because someone want to. Aston is an impatient Buffon. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want more of these types of videos, just tell me down in the comment section below. If you want any updates on Season 1, Episode 2 of F1 23 My Team Career Mode, just make sure to check out my socials linked down in the description. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's been Rebooted Racing, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Goodbye for now.